Hey, what's going on, you guys? iSense here. As you can see back there, I have made a lot of progress on my computer. I worked on it last night, and I continued most of today. It's now Sunday evening, and I got pretty much got all the components in the case now. I'm getting ready to jump into the wiring and connecting everything to the power supply unit. But I won't be able to finish the computer tonight, but tomorrow I'm hoping I will. I'm gonna have to make a run to some electronics store, maybe Best Buy or something. I have to get a some kind of hard drive adapter for my solid state drive. Solid state drive is just it's too small. It's like 2.5 inches, and I gotta get a 3.5 inch adapter or something like that. And I probably have to get some more cables. I might end up buying some more fans. I might actually hold off on that, but I'm getting ready to just connect everything to the power supply. So far, the hardest part of putting this computer together for me was installing the motherboard, pretty much the first thing. And that's because the motherboard just has so many screw holes on it, and you have to be able to line them all up with the holes in the case. And even though it might sound simple, there's a protective sleeve that you're supposed to put on the back panel of the motherboard. It's like a protective sleeve that goes in between the back of the motherboard and the back of the computer case. So it had a lot of cushioning on there, and it made it really hard to align everything with the holes. So it required a lot of force, I almost had to get somebody else come in and help me because it took everything in my power to keep the case down while I'm really pushing the motherboard to get everything lined up, and I almost had no hands left to grab the screws and screw it in. But after a lot of trial and error, blood and guts. Now, it I was finally able to get it in, and then after that, most of the other things felt like a breeze. Putting the processor in, just keep in mind this is my first time doing all of this, but the processor, I don't know, it felt like I didn't put it in right, but then I'm looking it up, and they say that's how you do it, so okay. And I've had some of those. Is that how you do it moments? Putting some of those pieces together, especially the Corsair Hydro 100i cooler. That was a bit messy too, but eventually I was able to figure it all out, and just pretty much after installing the motherboard and the cooler, everything else is pretty much a breeze. Just it was a matter of making sure everything was lined up correctly, making sure the fans are facing the right direction, and getting all of my hard drives installed. In fact, speaking of hard drives, I actually have all of my old hard drives from my previous desktop that I used a few years ago. I have them all installed. I don't know if they're working. They have been inactive for a while, but I have them all installed, so by the time I do power up the computer, I think the BIOS should tell me which hard drives are actually running and which ones aren't. And that'll give me a better idea. But they're all Western Digital. I have four of them in there. Three of them are Velociraptors. Their hard drives spinning at 10,000 RPM. And I think the other one is the typical 7,200 RPM Western Digital drive. I'm not exactly sure, but my main drive is going to be the Samsung 840 EVO. It's a 1 terabyte solid state drive. As for why I have a 1 terabyte solid state drive, because I plan on making this computer my multi-purpose computer, not just for gaming, but gaming, live streaming, video editing, and sometime in the future I'll be doing some graphic work on there. If you're wondering what table that is that my computer is sitting on, that's my drafting table. So that's the table I draw on. So no, it's not my gaming desk. My gaming desk is the one that this web camera is sitting on right now with my laptop. I might show it to you some other time, but I do have two desks right now. And so if I start getting into doing some graphic illustrations and such, I'll be, I'm going to need a powerful CPU and a good system to be able to do that on. So that is why I have a massive solid state drive capacity. Other than that, I have to make a run to an electronics store, buy some miscellaneous stuff, and hopefully I will be done with this computer tomorrow. It is Sunday evening, and like I said, the thermal paste will not be coming in today, and it did not. And like tomorrow, I don't know, something tells me it's not even gonna come in tomorrow, so I just feel like I would have been wasting time. Actually, I realized after putting the system together, you don't need thermal paste at the beginning of the build. You can actually put the motherboard and everything in there before the processor. So I've always read that you got to install the processor first. And after putting it together, I can totally see you can put the processor in last if you're careful. So it's all a learning experience. It's lots of trial and errors. I've had some really frustrating moments, but it's been pretty fun so far. It took most of my Sunday, but not regretting any of it. It's a learning experience. I'm sure next time when I build a computer, I will be much quicker at it. But anyway, that's going to be the end of my PLog number 2. So, whatever progress I make next time, I'll have another PLog up here. See you guys later.